For fuck's sake.
Neutralise fish fucking.
Fucking hell.
You die a hero, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Aye, alright, fucking Mark Twain. You get $2,000 on you, want that too? Anything else you want? You want a fucking dignity on my fucking pubes, I know you. Aye, I want your soul, you bastard.
What's the only time I'm a man
What we do here is go back.
Also, your audio has been swapped back. Well, maybe you're just far away from your mic. Yeah, no worries. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, how are you? Oh, good for you. There's an issue with connecting the tuning bubble behind, besides going behind, and then affect this, whatever you called yourself. How are you? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. So should we just kick it live? Yeah, we'll just pretend like we're on our own.
Well, apparently the hot mic was on. But just for Christie, apparently.
Oh, I should have said more interesting shit if I'd have known.
You should have been way more
Kevin,
racist.
put that sex toys down. What you doing? I
Yeah.
told you, don't put that. You can't take that on camera.
Thankfully, they didn't see me saying that I wanted to exterminate several groups of people. Oh, that would have been terrible. I would have been cancelled for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's the happy hour and that. I'm Kevin Logan, the sex chicken. And
What is up with the sex chicken?
I don't know.
Sex chicken on screen?
Also,
that's a rabbit.
Christie, it's Christie. Dr. Christie Winters is here as well.
Right. Yeah.
But you already knew that before I even got going.
Yeah, because I was hot mic'd.
Indeed. Yes. Oh yeah. Well, when Christie like sends something, rather than just going okay or thumbs up or something boring, I come up with a silly phrase.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually like fucking chocolate or something, just some stupid shit. And the phrase "sex chicken" came to me.
Yeah, so that was it today.
And
Why
I think
is
it's
that rabbit throwing itself in the trash?
It's not really throwing itself; it's jumping in the air, and gravity is doing the throwing in the trash. I just thought it was cute.
It is cute. It is cute.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Trash bunny.
True.
Like a trash panda.
Literally true. Oh, we're on a hype train. Oh, that's dope.
Choo choo.
Okay. Thank you to
Hot mic equals a hype train, I guess.
Exactly. Yes. Christie, say sex stuff.
Sex stuff.
There you go. You usually have to go to OnlyFans for that kind of material. Thank you by Pagan Man for resubscribing 48 months, right? You think, well, that's really impressive. But then Pandanus, 1 minute later, with 49 months with Prime.
Oh, just nailing it. Just like squeaking it in. Like the Price is Right, going $1 higher.
Exactly. It's a dick maneuver, Pandanus. You're out of order. Thank you to Kieran Saunders, Prime Ministerial anal sex correspondent. That is a thing we have. With 34 months of Prime. Thank you, Kieran, with Bitty Bitty says, Kev, the title is on.
What?
What on earth do you mean by that? What, the title of the stream? Yeah? Hawk Tour on the Bussy till it claps. Happy hour.
What?
That's the title of this stream.
Okay.
It's a thing that Nigel Farage said in a cameo. The very serious, like it was a thing related to yesterday. He was boasting about having 1 million followers on TikTok, and we were like, yeah, but that's because people want to watch you go big Bussy, do cartwheels, Hawk Tour, big chungus.
Oh, okay. That's where the Hawk Tour comes from. I was wondering what that was about.
Like no one's doing that because they think you've got good political tags. Because for a start, if you don't really do politics on there that often, it's mainly like dumb shit. What is that? That's another bunny hopping into a bucket.
What is it with bunnies and buckets? They just like it? Is it because it's like being a little habit, little?
Yeah, I suppose it's sort
Warren?
of. Yeah, it reminds them of the kind of the jumping into the Warren thing. I imagine. I was making a joke that the title card is on instead of Christie's mic. Oh, I see. See, I'm bad at this. But
that's okay.
You can give me money in the various ways on both Twitch and YouTube. These are things you can do.
It's not like you've been doing this for years and years and years, Kevin.
Well, physically I've been doing it for years and years. Spiritually, I've been phoning it in for most of that time. Let's be entirely honest. Okay. How are you, Christo?
Yeah, so we were gonna do a human connection, before we got on air. And yes, I'm feeling centered. Okay, so actually, one of the reasons I'm in such a good mood is today is the first day I've not had incredibly painful delayed onset muscle soreness. So as you know, I've been trying to pump myself up.
Yeah.
Going for the muscle mommy, and that's the shape I'm going for. And I've got this thing with progressive overload where I start 3 reps away from fatigue or from failure, technical failure, and then the next week it's 2, and then the next week it's 1, and the last week it's you go to technical failure on all of your sets for all of your muscle groups that you do, and that's a rough week. But then you do a deload week where you just basically rest and you do some light stuff. But I'm in my 0 RIR, reps in reserve week. And I went in and I did legs, and I just I pushed myself. I was straining and grunting and sweating, and the next day was fine. But the day 2, I was in so much pain. Much pain I couldn't sleep at night.
Right.
My butt hurt, especially. My butt hurt so much that I didn't notice how much the other muscles hurt in my legs. And that lasted for another 2 days. So I had 3 days of just really being uncomfortable. I could feel my muscles were sort of hot and kind of
your muscles are hot,
tingling, and there was definitely damage to the muscles that I had done. Yesterday I finally broke down and took some aspirin, because the thing is, if you take an anti-inflammatory, that defeats the whole purpose, because the point of it is your body reacts to the inflammatory reaction of breaking down your muscle tissue by repairing it and making it stronger. Yes. So you really got to just grit your teeth and and just wait for it to go away. But I couldn't. I like got 3 hours of sleep and then 4 hours of sleep. I was like, I can't, because lack of sleep actually makes you more sensitive to the muscle soreness. So I finally broke and had some aspirin, and then I slept for 10 hours.
See, I was
And
gonna,
now I feel so much better.
I was gonna be like culturally sensitive and say, "Oh, Christy, what have you been giving thanks for?"
Oh, I didn't do Thanksgiving. I did that a couple of weeks ago when a friend was here.
No, I know, but like I was, because you're American, you have to pretend to
Yeah.
give a fuck.
okay.
And so I was gonna do that, but you just told me, so.
Yeah, I'm thankful that I'm not in pain anymore.
And you
Yeah.
know what? I'm thankful for, Christy.
What are you thankful for, Kev?
Our friendship.
Aw. God, it's been years, hasn't it?
It's been a lot of years, yes.
It's been fucking ages that we've been together.
Yeah. True.
God.
Think of the time you've wasted.
Hours. Days.
Yeah, literally days of time you've wasted on nonsense.
Yeah. But
God-
I guess I
God
would
bless you.
just be doing nonsense, on my own if it
True.
wasn't for you. So,
Aw.
yeah, I'm thankful that my body is healing, I guess. But I'm also thankful for the years and years and years of friendship.
True.
Because, friendship was the real treasure for our adventure.
Friendship was the friends we made along the way.
Exactly.
I mean, literally, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah.
How about you? What you been up to since the last time we...
Watching this bunny
Daughters
rabbit
Day.
get squashed.
Which one?
The one on the screen, Christy.
I can't see it yet. It's just black screen for me.
You-
It's lagging.
Death to America is all I can say.
Oh, look at the bunny. Oh, he's getting squished. Oh, yeah. Oh, I assume he lives or they wouldn't have put this up. So
I hope so.
I can laugh at that. Yeah, I've also been losing a lot of time. On Reels now, I have to say all of my Insta Reels that aren't ads are one. It's a blend of English and German, which I'm kind of proud of.
Right.
But also, it's either D&D memes, animal videos, or kink.
Don't get those mixed up.
And you want to say, like, I have curated a feed that makes me very happy.
Fair enough. Mine's mainly like horrible politics stuff and cats.
Yeah, see, this is
That's
like
about it, really.
I go to my Reels to like get away from stuff, and
Yeah.
clearly, yeah, I go to Threads and more often Blue Sky. Blue Sky's been picking up of late, as you probably well know.
Yes.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, we were not going to do that much real politics tonight, but I do have to just mention, because we talked about it, or say we, myself and No Justice MPG talked about it last night. The Assisted Dying Act.
Oh, in the UK.
Yes, it passed today,
That's amazing.
which is really interesting. We were kind of, I don't think both No Justice and I were in the kind of camp with most of Britain being like, yeah, okay. Like, it's difficult to get super excited either way about it. It's sort of, there are pros and cons, and there's all kinds of, safeguarding issues and all of that. But generally, like, yeah, okay, we'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. And it passed. It was fucking bizarre. As a regular nerd watcher of
Get some help.
parliamentary debates, they're usually shit. They're usually dickheads shouting at other dickheads about what a bunch of dickheads they are.
Yeah.
Whereas this was like eerily polite,
Okay.
really weird. Like they listened to each other in kind of awe, and there was a sort of not awe, so in like a just sort of there was a reverence for the topic,
Okay.
because no one wants to be like, I think people should be able to kill themselves. Here. Like it just looks weird and bad. So everyone was sort of chill about it, and it wasn't a left-right issue for the first time ever, basically. Literally, you had Jeremy Corbyn and the leader of the Conservative Party voting against it, and you had the former leader of the Conservative Party and Prime Minister up until 5 months ago, and the Green Party vote for it. So, like, you can't say it's like a political issue in that sense. It's sort of been removed from politics in a sense, which I think is probably quite helpful for the process.
Yeah. When was the last time? Was it a free vote?
Yeah, it was a free vote because on the basis of conscience and all of that. And there were like legitimately good arguments on both sides. Like it's difficult to get like two two into one side or the other necessarily, and very few people try to do the very emotive like nonsense of "you're trying to kill people" or "you're trying to make people suffer," because really no one's trying to do that. You know, like you assume people aren't psychopaths who want people to either suffer and or die, but you realise the situation, you have to take difficult moral decisions and stuff, and that, you know, people did, and that's really interesting. And it was actually one of the brief moments where you're like, actually, maybe democracy can work. Maybe.
Yeah.
This human experiment in self-governance might be possible.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you've basically had a recovery of democracy in your country. We are, but after 14 years of Tory rule.
I wouldn't quite say that.
Well, I mean, you got a glimpse of it.
This was a mere glimmer, a little glimmer of hope in the sea of shit.
Of people actually being people and not being the tools of a corporate overlord or an agenda of a group.
Yeah, no, thankfully, Elon Musk did not buy this one, which is nice. Anyway, yes. So you were so.
Oh, can I just? If we're not going to do politics, but we kind of are just doing a little bit of politics.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
So it's really weird this time around, and maybe it's because I'm trying deliberately to not look at a lot of the news because it's just fucking horrific every time I look at it. But it seems to me, at least, that Elon Musk is getting more coverage about his policies on American politics than Trump is.
Because he's the president, yeah.
Basically, it's just really weird. I did put up a poll, like, who's the more evil person? Because I can't tell anymore.
Trump's got, like,
Elon Musk or Trump.
You know, in certain people who were struggling to learn to drive, my brother had this, unfortunately, they have specially made cars where the instructor has a wheel and all of the pedals and can take over at any time.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they're sat in the passenger seat, right?
Yep.
In case they're really struggling, like to, you know, just to be safe for
prevent
everyone.
an accident, that kind of stuff.
So it's like that, right? They've allowed Trump to sit in the driver's seat, but his has been turned off completely, and he's just going, wee, Nino, I'm driving. And actually, Elon Musk is the one operating the vehicle. Yeah.
Yep.
That's basically what's happening. So that's basically the situation we're in right now.
Terrifying.
The problem is, of course, Elon will find eventually is that he'll make Trump look bad in a situation because he's going to start cutting things and things will go wrong and Trump will be blamed and he'll be fired. Is,
Musk can't really cut anything any more than the president can cut anything. Like, the president can propose a budget and Elon Musk can propose a budget, but ultimately it's Congress, which is razor thin. Especially as he keeps picking off Republicans. And also the Dems flipped a seat in California. That was decided. I don't know if it in the last 2 days.
Yeah, I love that one. That one's like, the Republicans are all like, they're stealing this election in California. What? So they're able to steal one congressional seat in California, but not everything else.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Smartmatic really need to up their game because they used to be able to steal presidential elections. Now they can barely get a fucking school board on side. What are you talking about? Fucking hell.
So, and you know, like Congress, they have Republicans in there, but they still have self-interest and they got pressure from their constituencies and whatnot. So it's not going to be nearly.
And to a degree, now that assuming it doesn't go full fascist and he just installs himself as a dictator, presumably Trump is done. So, in terms of elections,
so they're already talking about repealing that 2-term cap. By the way,
but that's a constitutional amendment.
Correct. They would have to pass it in 2 Congresses and 37 states.
Yeah, 2/3 of the states, which just isn't going to happen.
Yeah. There's probably enough blue states to block that shit.
Yeah. Actually, I think some red states probably wouldn't be massively keen on it because the argument just has to be made.
Obama.
Think of the black man having 3 terms. No.
Yeah.
So they just say Barack Hussein Obama. Yeah, you just imagine this, right? The I don't know, the fucking what are they called? The Lincoln Project, right? The Lincoln Project run an ad in a red state that's just nakedly racist because they're still Republicans after all. And it's just a mock-up, right? A pretend AI generated version, and it's just we congratulate Barack Hussein Obama on being elected to the office of president for the 6th time in a row. Instantly, that red state votes. No, no, 2 terms. That's it. You fuck off, you cunts.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, I guess, you know, the thing about, I really think at the end of the day, like what I've decided about the American electorate is it's same as it ever was. It's basically white people voting for bigotry and racism if it's in their economic interest and not giving a fuck. And it's really not about like the Democrats did this wrong or the Republicans did this right. Although to be fair, like the Republicans did a good job of misrepresenting Kamala Harris as being this like incredibly pro-trans women in your bathroom, which like she was mildly in that, but they made it look like that was her agenda, not her actual economic agenda, and they won on that messaging. But this is it. Like, you have to. When white people don't feel good, they'll vote for the shit. You know, they'll vote for change, and they don't really care if it's fascist change or Obama change. You know, economics, inflation's too high. People will vote in a fascist, or they'll vote in a black man. It doesn't matter because white people, even racist white people.
I like that in America, fascism and a black man are comparable as things.
Yeah, but by racist people who are voting for what they perceive as their self-interest. Yeah, it doesn't matter if they're, you know, they don't feel like they're making money. They'll vote for the other party no matter how good or bad
it's literally,
it is.
It's that meme of the guy sweating with the 2 buttons, and it's, you know, vote for a fascist or just a black guy.
Yeah, or in this case, you know, a biracial woman or a black woman. Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But honestly, when was America not that? When has America ever not been that?
There was like a Tuesday in 1961, I think, if I recall correctly.
You know, because remember, Obama won on the back of the 2008 financial collapse.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and then the economy bounced back, so he got reelected in 2012. You know,
and they ran 2 pretty unlikable candidates as well.
So,
the GOP didn't do that.
Yeah. But you know, I've seen now like farmers are saying, oh well, you know, it's fine if you deport all these, you know, migrants, but don't come for my workers.
Well, because it's always the people never realise that the leopards won't stop at just the faces you want them to eat. Yeah. It's like I want to go to Niemoller and just say, you needn't bother writing the poem, mate, because they won't get the message. Okay? First they came for the bad migrants, and I said nothing, because fuck those pricks. You know what I mean? Like, fucking hell. Anyway.
Yeah. So, you know, that's, I guess, in some ways, like, I'm becoming more progressive in my politics, but I'm also adapting that kind of conservative take that most people are shit.
I don't think it needs to be a conservative take. I think it's just understanding that there are lots of
selfish,
especially in. I mean,
people.
okay, this is going to. I'm a fucking socialist, so obviously I'm going to say this. But in a hyper-capitalist, competitive situation, people are sort of forced to take a kind of dog-eats-dog approach in order to survive, you know.
But I really think the economics are irrelevant, because look at what Britain did, or what I should say, England did with Jewish people in the Middle Ages when it was feudalism. It didn't matter that it wasn't capitalist. They still, like, literally banned every single Jewish person from the island.
I'm not saying racism isn't a part of that. I meant more like, why would people vote for a certain thing or whatever? Yeah. Anyway. So people equals shit.
Yeah, and you know, I guess probably in any other majority country, the majority is probably shit too. Like, it's not just a white people thing, although in America we hold white people responsible because they have disproportionate amounts of power because they gave it to themselves through exploitation and mass murder, genocide, and destruction of cultures. So they bear more responsibility.
Gone woke.
Yep, the woke channel.
The woke mind virus has infected academia. Fact. Anyway.
So, all right, now we're going to move on.
Yes. So, this is a thing you wanted to watch. Tell us all about it. It's the
what are we looking at?
This thing, Internet
It's
Today.
about the Tesla. Oh, okay, yeah, no, it's just remember that lady who made the really terrible rap song?
No. What are you talking about?
The crypto one, the crypto crocodile or something.
Oh, the Versace Bedouin.
Yes.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Should we get her before we do this? Should we get her song up? So that people can hate her even more.
Yeah. I think it was called Versace Bedouin or something, wasn't it? Versace.
Just put that up. Maybe it'll work. Or Raz? Is it in the Razzlekhan?
Razzlekhan,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's right in the title. Just put in Razzlekhan so that everyone.
Yeah, no, I got this shit. It's yeah. So this is one of the prime examples of what I like to call. Please stop, white people.
Yes.
Please just stop. Like this is bad. This is very bad.
Yep.
Anyway, she's a crypto scam artist piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah. She literally went to she literally did crimes. So this isn't like just actual crypto scam.
Like she did. This is a crime in a non-legal sense.
Yeah, this is like a art crime against art.
But she did a series of actual crimes.
An actual legal things where you go to jail kind of shit. Oh, you've not seen this yet.
Weirdest is most original. Razzlekhan, the Versace better win. Come real far, but don't know where I'm heading. Motherfucking crocodile of Wall Street. Silver on my
motherfucking crocodile of Wall Street.
God, she can't even rap to the beat. There's no rhythm. She's not even dancing.
There's
right.
no flow here.
Oh God, no. There's just words that she's saying in a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
That's not flow.
No.
My fingers and boots on my feet. Always be a goat, not a goddamn sheep. Email me. Fuck your message at the beep.
Fuck your message at the beep. Oh, I forgot the number of gems in this one.
Oh yeah, and also there's also a hidden satanic message in there. Not that I believe that shit, 'cause I'm an atheist. But always be a goat, not a goddamn sheep. Remember the story of the goats and the sheep, Kevin?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and
You're
the
supposed to be the
goats were-
flock. Yeah.
Exactly. You're supposed to be the sheep. You're not supposed to be a goat.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you.
Yeah, anti-Christianity in there.
Spirit of a revolutionary, power of a...
Oh no!
Spirit of a revolutionary.
No!
So many syllables.
No, we need to listen to this again. Again, she's committed actual legal crimes. I would argue this is worse. Choose a different beat. Choose a different rhyme scheme. Choose whatever. If that's the line you desperately want in there, choose something different, because that's a fucking insult.
Even have a beat change.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Whatever. If I feel like she wrote the lyrics and then they picked the music. The lyrics already existed, and then they just tried to fit it with the right. They didn't write it over the beat. They didn't here is the beat. Da 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 da. No. You just. Oh.
Spirit of a revolutionary, power of a dictator. Love to be contrary, but I'm fly like a gator. I've got pilot blood.
Fly like a gator?
Wait.
Did she say fly like a gator?
She's fly like a gator.
As in a Florida?
And like an alligator.
But they don't fly. They swim.
That's just flying in water. When you think about it. You know? You think
That was
about
actually
it.
intelligent.
Thank you.
You rescued her. You didn't deserve it.
I did.
Badass money maker. Grandmother crocodile. Weirder than an X-File. Brief fire. Silver. So sexy when I slither. Sparkle on my little finger. Hella arousal ear to ear. Poised to throw a zinger. Playing on their worst fear.
How do you manage to be the worst thing on Wall Street?
There's supposed to be syllables. There's supposed to be a beat, and then you can do a syllable per beat, or 2 per beat, or 4 per beat, or maybe on some triplets, or syncopated. She's just talking over music.
Yeah.
She's not. There's no flow.
No. Morinaka, we're aware that it's meant to be fly as in cool, but the point is when you say fly like a, it's supposed to be fun. So you say fly like a pigeon or something, right? Not that pigeons are necessarily cool, but the joke is that you're saying fly as in exactly. Yeah. Well, literally, fly like a G6 was a
G6 exactly.
song, wasn't it?
The whole point of rap is wordplay.
Or the to be pelican fly, which is based on the Scarface bit where he's high in the hot tub and he goes fly pelican fly. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. But gators don't fly.
No.
So that's one of the few things you could say that. Well, actually, no, most things don't fly, but yeah, fly like an ostrich. Actually, ostriches don't fly, really, do they?
No.
Penguins?
No,
they don't fly.
There's all kinds of things that don't fly. She just picked one of those.
Fly like... No, I'm not going to do that joke. No.
Okay.
Okay, just fly like a
Fly,
bird.
Robin, fly.
I'm like a bird. I shit on people's cars.
The Versace better win. Come real far, but don't know where I'm heading. Motherfucking crocodile of Wall Street. Silver on my fingers and boots on my feet. Always be a goat, not a goddamn sheep. Email me, fuck your message at the beep. Beep, 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 beep. Razzlekhan's the name, that hot grandma. You really wanna bang. Always run the guilt game.
Run the gilf game.
I'm the grandma you want to fuck.
I
I run the gilf game. What the fuck does... You're
Who
like
wrote these
25
lyrics?
or something. What the
I
fuck are you
know.
talking about?
Like, did you have your first like child at 14 and then they had theirs at 14? Like, how is this even possible?
Yeah, I don't know. Unless it means something else. I don't know.
Gilf, I don't know. Grandma,
Yeah.
gator.
A gator I'd like to fuck.
I mean, if she actually did that, like some sort of like punchline bar where she talks about how she's a gator and like Gilf, you want to fuck me like your grandma or something, like my grandma.
Fly like a pterodactyl. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. True.
Ever since I was 15, I'm many things.
Hang on. I run the gilf game ever since I was 15.
Okay, that's criminal.
Yeah, that's. Are you suggesting that you were abused, or that you were running you were the pimp for a series of grandmothers on the game? One of those two has to be what that means, right?
Yeah.
And either way, lots of crimes have been committed. Lots of gross crimes.
Rapper, an economist, a journalist, a writer, a CEO, and a dirty hoe.
Well, that's lyrical.
I'm a CEO and a dirty hoe.
Because, a revolutionary would have fit there better.
Yeah,
'Cause
a
it has more
revolutionary
syllables.
hoe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
I'm a
better
pop
at being
star.
white people
Blah,
rapping.
blah, a revolutionary hoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're better at being
Than
shit
most
rappers.
writers, creepier than most girls, weirder than most rappers, but I still rock pearls. Razzlekhan, the Versace better win. Come real far, but don't know where I'm heading. Motherfucking crocodile of Wall Street. Silver on my fingers and boots on my feet. Always be a goat, not a goddamn sheep. Email me, fuck your message at the beep. Beep.
That's still good.
The Versace better win, got the bling that win. With the Berber might, I'll win every fight. My swag ain't just lit, Silver really packs a hit. Bobby fashion so legit. Pussy bitches saying stop, about to pop, ain't gon' quit. They say Raz a filthy bitch, but they're jealous of my tits. My eyes, my nose, my bling, my clothes, these rings, my hose. Everyone knows I don't fuck with no bros. Unless they're gay, gays don't count, they're exempt.
What?
Razzlekhan, the Versace
What the fuck is the... Is she a lesbian then? Is that the point she's making?
It's hard to tell. I mean, at least she's not homophobic.
That sounded quite homophobic.
Oh, no, I thought she was, like, down with the gay guys.
They don't count.
Yeah, because she hangs out with them. She says, I don't fuck with the guys, except the gay guys. That's how I interpreted it, but...
I don't know. Maybe. It's weird.
Versace better win. Come real far, but don't know where I'm heading. Motherfucking crocodile of Wall Street. Silver on my fingers and boots on my feet. Always be a goat, not a goddamn sheep. Email me, fuck your message at the beep. Beep, 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 beep. Everyone worries too much about what's proper, but not Raz, no shame, that don't stop her. Blindly following rules is for fools. Instead, I work the edge cases with my tools. Awkward as fuck. Act shit like a whirling dervish, better duck. This bitch is Turkish, don't pressure luck. ISIS can't handle them Kurdish. Fuck your Jane Austen romance, rather be taking a taxidermy class. Prefer Vietnam over France. Doing my jerk off dance. Looking like a gay male stripper. But my synesthesia world is even trippier.
This is
some
the
shit.
weirdest try-hard bullshit. Like,
God.
God, it's pathetic. Oh, look how kooky and fun I am. No, you're just boring. You're very
And honestly,
boring.
you could tell that this was written before AI existed, because if she had ChatGPT, she would have had better lyrics.
Oh, yeah, well, do you remember? We typed in, was it the
Yeah, a rap
assassination
song.
of Franz Ferdinand?
Yes. It's
It
freaking
has some
amazing.
bars in it.
It was talented.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was better than Flo China can write.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so that's the kind of lyrical genius we're working with here. Anyway. Oh, hang on, that's the bunny rabbit. Get rid of that.
Bunny, bunny, bunny.
So, yeah, apparently she in some trouble.
Oh, yeah. Big trouble.
That is muted.
Oh.
Now it's always good to hear from old friends.
Oh, they changed the background.
Ew.
It had pictures and things, and now it looks professional. Rubbish.
I like it better the old way. I like it slightly, like,
Exactly.
fucked.
Today we've got an update to a classic Internet Today character from years past. The one, the only, Rishashi Bedouin.
The
The
sound
Crocodile of
is
Wall
bouncy.
Street. Heather Morgan, a.k.a. Razzlekhan. Yeah, Razzlekhan is back in the news because she has just been sentenced to 18 months in prison
That's
for
it.
helping to commit one of the largest, one of the biggest monetary heists in human history.
Only 18 months? Does this include her crimes against music?
No, that'll be that sentencing is coming later, and she
Death.
looks it's straight to the gulag. So yes,
the gulag.
you heard that right. This was one of the biggest heists in history, stealing what amounted to billions of dollars.
Okay. We
Worth-
know she talks like that, but
billions of dollars worth of cryptocurrency alongside her husband Ilya Dutch Lichtenstein.
a modern day Bonnie and Clyde.
That's right. It's not exactly the action movie style heist that you're probably thinking of, especially when the people involved are named Razzlekhan and Dutch or Bitcoin Bonnie and Clyde. But it was just as entertaining for different reasons. I mean, there were no busting into bank vaults, no rappelling down from the ceilings, no weapons heavy standoffs, or hair-raising getaways. Just a bit of crypto money laundering and a lot of cringe-inducing amateur hip-hop videos.
and a shoebox clearly labeled burner phones.
Evidence. Don't touch. Evidence.
Passports to use if we need to leave the country on short notice.
Yeah.
Though crypto being involved is the real reason behind the dumbest yet somehow largest heist in history, because back in 2016, someone hacked the Bitfinex crypto exchange and stole
Oh,
over...
apparently they've moved to a new set.
Well, I was gonna say it looks like they were on the road because it looks like it's all green screen. The way that they're kind of like, it's got that green screen outline effect. So I don't think they're physically in their normal studio.
You don't think they exist?
I think that they're AI.
Fair enough.
for 100,000 Bitcoin, which at the time was worth around $72 million. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
A massive amount of money, honestly. But that's the thing about Bitcoin. The value of the token fluctuates wildly. And in the years between when the hack took place and when the government found enough evidence to charge the couple, the value of the Bitcoin had ballooned to over $3.5 billion.
Jesus Christ.
All
No,
allegedly
now the
stolen
governments
by
are
this.
selling that. No, there was a big drop in the price a couple months ago because the German government decided to cash in when it like hit $64 per coin,
Oh,
and then the price tag it's up to like 98 now or
Oh, wow,
97. Yeah, I'm out of my Bitcoin. I took my profits and I walked away, as you know. I think I got like my $500 sitting in, but I did 5K in profit, so I did well
fair enough.
over 2 years. Yeah.
Power couple.
Yeah. They stole billions. What are you going to do about it?
Mm-hmm. Not that it matters in relation to this
Actually,
case, but the
can
value
you pause
would...
it? Sorry, 5 figures, not 5K. I did 5 figures of profit,
Oh, okay. That's dope.
a bit more.
Yeah. Look, I'm tempted to say that 18 months is not nearly enough because you're like, that's a lot of money. But also, it's not really money, and you're not really stealing from people, you're stealing from crypto bros. So, I actually, if you're stealing from crypto bros, I think you should be rewarded.
Here's the thing is, with the value of it skyrocketing, the government can take the money that they stole, pay back the people, what they bought it for and then like pocket the rest.
Yeah.
And it's still like $1 billion.
Fair dues. Fair dues.
Now be somewhere along the lines of 10 or 11 billion. Hell, by the time this video goes up, they could have stolen $15 billion.
Yeah, the crime keeps getting worse.
Your Honor, you'll notice that the crime that we were being charged with inaccurate. I moved to throw this case from the books.
I agree. We're gonna put them in prison for more time because the value has gone up.
No, not like that.
So yes,
Yeah, maybe their sentence should expand and contract based on the
The price.
yeah, on the price
It's
of Bitcoin. Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna go to jail for 18 months, like seriously, where is the disincentive?
There isn't, yeah. Look, people literally, there's a thing online about like, would you do 10 years in prison for $1 billion or whatever, right? I don't know, I wouldn't do that. But I think I could probably survive 18 months. And you get to live out the rest of your life in absolute luxury because you've got $3 billion worth of shit. Or if you've stashed away $1 billion of it, that's more than enough, right? Mad shit.
So I'm just looking
Absolutely.
up, like, what's the average sentence for armed robbery? Let's say you went in to do an armed robbery, you brought in a banana in your pocket, you pretended. But people thought it was a gun,
Yeah.
so they reacted that way. The average sentence length for robbery offenders was 111 months.
What? Hang on, so repeat that.
111 months.
111 months, good lord.
Yep, and they got 18.
Well, it just goes to show you, if you're rich, you can do whatever the fuck you like. It's fine.
So, well, actually, okay, let's see. So, time served in state prisons before first release by most serious offense. This is 2016. So, this is kind of dusty data. But for burglary, it was 17 months on time. This is the average time served in prison. But I'm sorry, that's the median. The mean was 26. So, the mean was, the average was 26. For larceny theft, it was 17. Also for motor vehicle and fraud and all other property at 19. So on average, it was like 21 months. Okay. So yeah, if you do white collar crime, you're out in less time, even though you've taken more money than you would out of like a gas station or a corner shop. Yeah,
not a surprise because the system is literally run by the rich
by white collar
rich.
criminals. Mm-hmm.
Thank you to Mr. Peter Wood, for resubscribing. Much love to you. You can do also like Mr. Peter Wood. I'm not singing it every fucking time. I'm not a maniac. In the form of bits and subs, and you can do super chats and become a member on YouTube for 99 pence. If you wanted to.
Massive fraud was perpetrated by arguably the goofiest duo on the planet. With one being kind of a typical dorky crypto hype dude whose partner was an outgoing, eccentric, aspiring creative who documented a lot of their lives for social media, including her hip-hop alter ego that she had made for herself called Razzlekhan, where she would fight back against the man alongside the underdogs in this new burgeoning digital financial market. So
she was kind of doing the thing where I want to be famous, so I'm just going to try all avenues available to me. I'm going to do sketches. I'm going to make TikTok content.
Yeah.
I'm going to start a music career.
She was like the female criminal version of AJ from the Big Justice Costco family who tried everything to get famous over the years, and finally one thing hit.
Yeah.
And that was the double chunk chocolate cookie and the chicken
I was
bake.
going to say the Rizzler.
Well, he's not even part of the family, actually.
I know. They need to do something about that.
But yes, Razzlekhan, Heather Morgan.
It reminds me a little bit of how Elon Musk is just trying to like buy things that people like in order that he'll like them. Because have you heard he's going to try and buy the company that owns D&D?
Hasbro, yeah.
Yeah. So like, and then everyone will just stop.
Yeah, he wants to ruin everything.
Well, I don't think he does. I think he just wants to be liked. He wants like a group of people to like him. But the thing is, he's fundamentally unlikable.
Yes.
So he's just going to carry on buying things that people like, thinking he can like get in with that group, and then they all just leave.
Remember when he told this Tesla stock holders that he needed like $70 kajillion to stay focused on Tesla?
Yeah, I know. Ridiculous.
It didn't really work, did it?
No.
I mean, they voted for it. He hasn't gotten that stock package back, but he can't stay focused on shit.
No. Well, that's the problem. Is he's on lots of drugs?
Yeah, apparently
So-
a whole lot of ketamine.
Yeah.
Got a bit of a problem.
Yes. Allegedly.
She was doing sketch comedy. She was doing music videos. She was trying everything to become a content creator and had the financial capital to back it all up.
'Cause she stole it.
Sadly, she became most famous for being responsible for the biggest heist in history.
And the worst rapper of all
Well,
time.
yeah, that too. She also had a somewhat lengthy history as a contributing writer to outlets like Forbes and Inc., which lent her at least a shred of credibility within the spaces
no.
that she operated.
I can't remember which of those two it was, but there was one of those outlets she wrote hundreds of articles for.
Yeah, she was a real powerhouse. She was going to make it as a journalist, as an entertainer, as a comedian, or as a musician, whatever the cost. So while the feds monitored the hacked funds, Dutch and Razzlekhan lived, for a while, they lived relatively normal millennial lives, making content, posting online, buying things like gift cards and PlayStations with the money that they were laundering out of the stolen Bitcoin.
And somehow making rent on their New York apartment. That was the biggest red flag.
Yeah.
These two are really stupid. How do they afford such a nice place?
Yeah.
Always my problem with Friends. How the fuck
Yeah.
did they afford to live in Manhattan?
I couldn't.
Absolute nonsense. Like, oh, I'm a struggling chef. Oh, I'm an actor that never works. We can definitely afford to live here.
Even rent control wouldn't help.
No, not really. It's still way too expensive.
Things eventually got more intense with the money laundering operation in full swing while the feds secretly watched as the transactions flew between the wallets. Dutch and Razzlekhan would eventually start some fake investment companies, travel around the world, and host a lavish wedding ceremony for themselves before attempting to allegedly start setting up their new lives overseas in Ukraine.
Yeah.
The
In
timing on this
Ukraine! Oh, well, that was going to end well for them.
They really should have picked a country with no extradition.
Yeah. Well, not just that, but like, literally they went, where can we go to? Let's choose the place that's just about to explode. Thank you, Niall, with Super Chat on the YouTube, who says, will her album be part of Kevin's never-ending Black Mirror-style Neuralink playlist, along with Laurence Fox? Yes. It's just going to be her and Danzy Sings Big and Flo Gina
And Laurence Fox.
on random for eternity. True.
was very, because like,
They would have got the
Oh, yeah, Laurence Fox. They tried to murder your opinion. Fucking hell. Oh, we need to actually know. Do we need to watch that again? You've reminded me of two awful things tonight that I'd totally forgotten existed. Razzlekhan and Laurence Fox doing music. Laurence Fox song. Oh, here we go. Hello. Hello, baby. Come to daddy. Let's fucking have it. Dee 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 dee.
I'm just gonna listen to the guitar and block out the voice.
They have put something in the water. They seek a cure for the conversation. They stole a march on your indecision.
What?
Don't know.
And the first to fall was laughter, just to quell the unoffended. They seek to murder your opinion.
Murder your opinion.
No, I just want to stick cotton wool in my ears to block out the noise of your vomitous voice, Laurence.
True.
And the light has been turned out on the age of reason, replaced by blinding fires that burn wild across the region. For the wrong to rule, the good must just stand idly by.
He thinks he's one of the good.
He's not.
So I need you more than ever. I need your hand in this resistance. If we're going to go the distance. And if I ever doubt it, think about my future.
I've got to say, I do appreciate the keyboardist, pianist, who's giving it some. Like, she's pretending like she's in a real indie band.
Yeah, the backup singers too actually are nice to listen
Yeah.
to. If they weren't drowned out by his fucking toneless
Yeah.
voice.
The mix is not good. No.
And if I want to live there, and the world outside is wondrous wide for a reason, and if you can't decide, you must blow your own mind for that reason.
What?
For the wrong.
Yeah, this is daytime TV. What the fuck?
The lyrics make no sense.
Yeah, but it's just suggested suicide on
Yeah.
TV at like
Now
midday.
you need a warning. Like, if you have thoughts, you can call this number.
Yeah. William Shatner is a better singer, true. You know who's better? The Wurzels.
Literally anyone.
Are you aware of the Wurzels? Is that a thing that
This
crossed
is
your
the
path?
70s. No, but I've seen like clips of it. It's from the 70s, right?
Oh, fuck it, we're doing Wurzels.
All right, that's anything except Laurence Fox.
Well, they did many of their own original tracks
Mm-hmm.
back in, and they were kind of a novelty thing back in the day. And I want to get, hang on, I'll give you a brief hit of their number one record.
All right.
In
this was number
19
one. People actually spent money on this.
What year would this have gone into number one? Hang on. It doesn't really matter, but I'll find it.
The Wurzels. I drove my tractor through your haystack last night.
Ooh, ah.
Oh, the West Country, huh?
Yeah.
Now something's telling me that you avoiding me. Come on now, darling, you got something I need. 'Cause
I got a brand new combine harvester, and I'll give you the key.
Come on now, let's get together in perfect harmony.
Oh my God, they're sitting in a tractor.
And you got 43. Well, I got a brand new combine harvester now.
Anyway, so that's a thing, right? And then they did loads of cover songs.
I was gonna say that is a cover song.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure. If you just do whatever the title was, I think that was a country song.
Well, I have no idea. Hang on.
Cause I've heard like a lady or someone else singing that.
Have you? Hang on a minute. The Combine Harvester is a novelty song which was a number one hit for Brendan Grace in Ireland in 1975, and then also the Wurzels in UK in 1976. It was written. The song was a parody of Melania Safka's 71 hit Brand New Key with rusted lyrics. Okay, Brand New Key by...
Let's listen to that one. Oh, is that I got a brand new pair of roller skates, you got a brand new key. I think that was in a Quentin Tarantino film, maybe?
I'm not sure, but I want to...
Oh, she's got a hideous voice. You should look that up.
Okay, we will in a second, but I want to do the Wurzels Don't Look Back in Anger.
Oh, God.
What the fuck? Love it.
Slip inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know you might find a better place to play?
Oh my God.
You said that you never been, but all things that you've seen slowly fade away. So I'll start a revolution from my bed. Oh, 'cause you said to my head.
Whoa.
Step outside, summertime's in bloom. That's nice. Stand up beside the fireplace.
Take that look from off your face.
You ain't ever gonna burn my heart out.
Oh, go on, lads.
So Sally can't wait. She knows it's too late as we're walking on by.
Go on.
Her soul slides away, but don't look back in anger. I heard you say.
Amazing. 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 Hang on a minute.
Yeah, you know what? I was wrong. It was P.T. Anderson and Boogie Nights. It's when what's her name? Yeah, what's her name? Who is the roller skating porn star?
What?
Did you see Boogie Nights?
I don't
It had
know.
Julianne Moore and Heather Graham.
Oh, Heather Graham. Okay.
Yes, and Goofy song.
I rode my bicycle past your window last night. I roller skated to your door at daylight. It almost seems like you're avoiding me.
The stalker.
I'm okay alone, but you got something I need.
Penis.
Well, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. I think that we should get together and try them out to see. I've been looking around a while. You got something for me. Oh, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key.
That's
Fucking
it. Yep.
dog shit.
Yep, it is. Yep, from Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights.
Oh, I'm glad you like it, main captain. Her voice is like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Yeah, it's far too high.
I don't think it's a romance song. I think she's a stalker. Like, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. I went to your house. You weren't around. I roller skated by the next day. I'll give me all kinds of, like, he changed the locks. Like, he banged that once, and then she was like, I want more. He's like, yeah, you are high maintenance, and you broke into my house, so I've got to get, like, a new lock.
Oh yeah, but that doesn't stop it being able to be a good song. I mean, literally, Every Breath You Take is one of the creepiest fucking songs when you look at the lyrics, right? And yet it's a genuinely beautiful piece of music. So
Yeah, but
people
that was
love it.
fun. Yeah, but that's just, I got a brand
Well, exactly, that's the
pair of
point, yeah.
roller skates.
If you sing
got a
it
brand
properly,
new key.
it would be fun.
Yeah, so that's, I guess, you got a new harvest combine?
I've got a brand new combine harvester.
Combine harvester, that's it, yeah.
And I'll give you the key. It's a genuine, it's an impassioned love story. In the craftsmanship of the Wurzels, they've turned a creepy stalker story into a story of pure romantic love. It's like Shakespeare never died, Krista.
No, Kevin, it's about two farmers who have plots of land together trying to, like, own more land. I got 20 acres and you got 43. Let's combine our acreage.
Yeah, no, but the point is that she's from a farming family as well, so they get married, so they have lots of land together.
Yeah, that's it. They're, like, trying to become landowners. It's about the capitalist dream. It's about expanding your reach and owning more property.
What's wrong with that, Christy? Do you hate America?
No, just some Americans.
Fair enough. Thank you, Neil, for the super chat. This feels like I am responsible for a war crime. Are you responsible for this? What?
The singer of the police is Sting. I don't think Sting is a massive twat.
He is a bit of a twat. If you look at the lyrics, if you look at the lyrics to virtually all of those songs, he's got some fucking issues. It's not great.
Synchronicity? I don't really know that. Like, I guess I'd have to go back, but that was also. Like,
I Can't Stand Losing You is about.
Yeah, that's true.
Was it?
But then
I
you
guess
got
they'd call
Fragile.
it suicide, but I'm too proud to swallow my pride or something like that. Like, he's literally on about, like, if you leave me, I will kill myself.
Okay, but that's to say he's got a body of work. I think he's gotten more mentally healthy since then, because he did, like, Fragile and, some other stuff since then. But yeah, that might have been an angsty.
But do the Russians really love their children too?
That's true. Yes, yes, that's right. From Dream of Blue Turtles. Yeah.
Also, he's been doing tantric fucking for years. He should have calmed down a bit.
Yeah, he should have, really.
Oh, I'm an alien. We don't use that word anymore. Steve.
I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. That's about Quentin Crisp.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
If you actually look at the video, it's got, I think, Quentin Crisp in it.
I try not to listen to Sting. He bores me. I do actually like some early Police tunes because it's proper, like, white boy reggae or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah. It's got some good bass to it and shit. But yeah. Also, one of the songs is about a school teacher fucking a kid, and he was a school teacher. So, like,
no, yeah, that's
sauce,
right. Something about
fucking sauce. Don't stand so close to me.
Yeah,
he literally references the book by Nabokov, Lolita, a story of a 40-year-old man fucking a child.
Yeah, when I was, like, growing up, I was like, who is that author? Because I was, like, 12 at the time when it came out. Like,
by Bakeman, it's fucking insane. So there were some issues there.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll take that on.
Yeah.
Of course, like in the 80s, that shit wasn't on people's radar. They're just like, hey, this is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, perfectly normal. Fields of Gold. Fields of Gold is genuinely one of the most beautiful songs.
What's the one that he does about the spades being the swords of a soldier? I know that the swords are weapons of war. This is the shape. That's not the shape of my heart. Yeah.
Oh, what's the other one? The
I know.
And the misery escapes you, then it ties you down and rapes you.
What?
There's another line from a Sting song. Hang on a minute. I don't know what the song's called. I don't want to type this in and get it put on a fucking search list. Sting song rape. Oh God.
I know a lot of British people who hate Sting, but I know a lot of Americans who like him. So. Yeah, the 70s or 80s had a lot of crazy stuff. There was also that centerfold, my blood runs cold, my angel is a centerfold, and it's all about like how a girl he had in his class becomes a Playboy bunny, a Playboy centerfold. Yeah. There's a lot of statutory things going on.
Sting, just give me Sting lyrics. What the I don't fucking, I mean, no offense to these stories that are popping up, but like the most heinous lyrics by Sting and the Police. Here we go. Now we're talking. Here we go. Hang on.
We haven't even mentioned Roxanne.
Yeah, Roxanne's a bit fucking weird and creepy, certainly. I can't find it. Can someone look for it? It's definitely a lyric somewhere. From a single as well. It wasn't like an album track. I don't know, anyway.
They're right on time.
If this had worked out, they would have been in Ukraine like a total of like a couple months before shit absolutely hit the fan.
Now the husband, Dutch, probably going to jail for a long time, but didn't get recruited to fight against Russia in the war.
I'd say he got lucky.
I guess so.
Unfortunately for them, or fortunately for them, the feds caught up to them before they were able to make their big escape to the land of opportunity, Ukraine,
where nothing bad will ever happen.
And the feds found Dutch and Razzlekhan at home in their New York apartment alongside evidence that's so comically obvious that it would seem like awful writing if it were in a TV series or movie. Here's some info about what investigators found from a Vanity Fair profile on the duo a few years back.
In all that day, agents retrieved $40,000 in cash tied together with pink rubber bands, an assortment of foreign currencies in clear plastic bags, and another bag with the word burner phone written in black Sharpie. There were about 50 computer tablets.
Oh, there it is, yeah. The da-da-da, right?
Uh-huh.
Literally the final line of the opening stanza. And when the eloquence escapes me, their logic ties me up and rapes me.
Wow.
And then they change it to you and you rather than me and me for the second verse. But the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
that was in the top 40 and nobody said anything.
No, that was fine. That was just perfectly normal.
God, this kind of like I forget like there's a whole memory hole of stuff like this because I wasn't like it wasn't on my radar because I was like too young. But when I look back on like how homophobic things were, like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Eddie Murphy and just comedy in general.
Well, one thing I'd totally forgotten was the transphobia in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Oh, I don't think I ever watched it,
Yeah,
but I don't doubt you.
Yeah, there's a bit where there's like, the main policewoman who's like chasing him or whatever, or trying to stop him finding out the thing. And then at the end he goes, look at this, and he like whips her skirt off and she's just in her knickers, and he turns him round and you see a tuck.
Oh, okay.
And everyone's like, oh, and starts like throwing up and stuff. It's really bad. At the time, I didn't think anything of it because I didn't really understand what that meant.
Exactly.
I honestly, when I saw it in the cinema, I thought that it meant that she'd shit herself. I didn't know I didn't know that tucking or trans people were even existed. I was like fucking 10 or something, you know. Anyway,
just filled it in with something that you thought would be.
Yeah, that looks lumpy. That could be poop.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
And other electronics in the apartment. The feds also found a copy of the novel The Water Goats and another book on Japanese maps, which had both been hollowed out to hide money or electronics. The evidence taken from the raid allowed the
Literally the bit in the old films where they open a book and it's got a gun-shaped thing cut out and you take the gun out. Fucking hell. What next? If you lift the book out of the case, it revolves around to reveal a secret compartment.
feds to definitively tie the online wallet associated with the Bitfinex hack to Liechtenstein and Morgan, and a month later, they were arrested. The duo was charged with conspiracy to commit money laundering and conspiracy to defraud the United States. And just so we don't leave this...
Were they defrauding the United States?
Out of tax.
Crypto? The tax.
Tax money, yeah.
Oh, well, that's... Okay, not to get too political, but you know, all this like, he's going to do 20% tariffs. And Elon Musk genuinely put out there, oh, look, it looks like a story about that. So it was like a press story, and he quote tweeted that saying, it seems like the price of fentanyl is going to go through the roof. And I just thought to myself, do you think people who illegally import fentanyl into the United States are big on following the US tax code?
Yeah, they're definitely going to pay that 20% tariff on their...
Oh, they're furious.
In.
Yeah, they're like, oh shit, I was paying no tax, but now I'm going to pay all of the tax. Fucking idiots, man. This is the problem. When you give public policy making over to idiots, this is where you end up.
And he is an idiot.
He is an idiot. He genuinely is. He just was born into a system perfectly set up to allow rich wankers like him to remain and continue to be rich.
Yeah, because it was basically built by stupid rich rankers. So, of course, it's like, it's affirmative action for stupid white men.
Yeah. Exactly. They've got to mark it as illegal fentanyl so it gets packaged properly for tax purposes.
Get the correct stamps on that.
Exactly. They're fastidious about leaving a paper trail, the fentanyl people.
This part out because it's still very surreal that these two were behind what appears to have been the biggest heist ever. Here you go.
In its press release announcing the arrest, the government noted that this was the largest financial seizure in U.S. history. While the government had managed to seize 94,000 Bitcoin, worth around $3...
Natalie says, Kev, I found a spare Villa shirt in my wardrobe if you want one.
Oh.
No, I'm fine, actually. I've got plenty of toilet paper. I don't need it.
Hey, did you see the Packers won again?
I did, and I don't care.
I do. I think it's great. I'm having fun. Go Pack, go! Dun, dun, dun,
and at
dun,
least
dun,
your
Pack,
quarterback
go.
now isn't a fascist. He's in New
Yeah,
York.
no, he's actually got a great name.
Go on.
Isn't it Love?
Yeah.
Yeah. Throw it, Love. Go on, Love. Throw it.
True.
He just suddenly you sound very British when you talk about him.
Me? Oh, Love.
No,
Love.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. These people say Love here.
Go on, Love.
There. Exactly.
Oh, excellent throw, Love.
$0.6 billion at the time. 25,000 of the original coins were missing and had been, according to the feds, transferred out of Liechtenstein's wallet via a complicated money laundering process that ended with some of the stolen funds being deposited into financial accounts controlled by Liechtenstein and Morgan.
Now, when he says controlled by Liechtenstein, do they mean the person or the micro-country?
You're right. I was like, oh, well, Liechtenstein could control that. It's probably the most...
They were always fucking heavy into like tax avoidance schemes. So,
And while it would have been funny if the length of their prison sentences were lengthened or reduced depending on the current value of what they were accused of stealing.
Yeah,
I promise you, I didn't pre-watch.
From a misdemeanor to a felony.
Didn't pre-watch.
The courts,
this is the obvious joke.
Unfortunately, don't work like that. They decided to just do the old-fashioned thing and sentence them for a normal amount of time. Actually, significantly less time than you might imagine for stealing and/or laundering what amounts to billions of dollars. Got off relatively easy.
Yeah, so
got off crazy easy. Jesus Christ! If you like hold up a fucking drugstore, like you said, you'll get years.
Yep.
And you might steal $500 or some shit.
And I would imagine that she's probably gonna get, if she's done any time served while she was detained before her trial, she's gonna get that deducted from her sentence.
Yeah, and then they only serve half, so she'll be out by next Christmas.
Basically.
Yeah.
For doing the biggest heist of all time.
Ridiculous.
How much did those old guys get?
Old guy? Oh, with the Hatton robbery place. Yeah, no, they're never getting out because they're quite old. For those who don't know, the Hatton Garden is an area of London, and there was a big diamond exchange place. So basically a very, very safe for rich people to deposit their ill-begotten gains. And these old robbers, it was like a movie. It's like when they get What was that film? The Mad Dogs or whatever it was called?
Oh, I was thinking of Something Old Gentleman. Like, wasn't there kind of like a scam movie? Something like that.
But like, you know, it's when they get like Tommy Lee Jones and some other old guy and some other
like
old guy, and they're
the
going to the
Expendables.
moon. You know, it's that sort of thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Or The Expendables.
Yeah. But there was one specific one where they get old astronauts out, and one of them was Tommy Lee Jones. It was called like Wild Hogs or something. Hang on.
People in the chat, I missed that.
If I type in Wild Hogs, and it's just going to come up with like cocks.
Pictures.
There we go. Like Wild Hogs.
Okay,
Although,
what year was that?
Hang on, no, is that the right one? Suburban Wannabes. Oh, no, that's a different film. No, that's a completely different film. Okay, there was one about them going back to space. And no, not Reservoir Dogs, you cunt. Fuck's sake. Anyway, I don't want to be rude, Trout, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, these old guys, like, they got like specially built cutting equipment, and they went through about 3 feet of concrete, just enough for them to squeeze through, steal all the shit, and get out. Space Cowboys. That was the fucking film. Sorry, right. Yeah, and they did. They stole like fucking millions of dollars worth of like diamonds and jewels and shit. It was incredible. They were eventually caught, but they got away with it initially. And the police the police had no idea for about 2 weeks of what the fuck had happened, how this was even possible. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it's great.
Anyway, but they got a lot more time than she did for stealing $3.5 billion worth.
Yep.
Fucking Christ.
I know. It's like,
This is
why
all
even? It's not even like I said. It's not even a dissuader. What is this? Oh, it's supposed to be. Oh, what do you call that when it's meant to be disincentive?
Yeah.
Or something. You know?
Yeah.
Because regardless, it was hundreds of millions, if not $1 billion, around the time that shortly after this was taken over by them, or at least found out by the feds. But it is kind of funny thinking about like a petty criminal who stole something that was maybe worth like $500, and then the value goes up.
Yeah.
It doubles in no time, and they're like, well, technically you've now committed a felony.
Deterrent.
Yes, thank
There
you.
we
That's
go.
exactly the word I was looking for.
Because of the value of
No, but it wasn't a felony when I did it.
Yeah, well, here's Bloomberg with more. The woman who dubbed herself the Crocodile of Wall Street and Razzlekhan in rap videos was ordered to serve 18 months behind bars for helping her hacker husband launder cryptocurrency that he stole from the Bitfinex exchange. Heather Morgan, 34.
Honestly, if it's called Bitfinex, it should be fair game. I don't think it should have any legal protections whatsoever. Just saying.
Sentenced Monday in Washington federal court. Last week, her husband, Ilya Lichtenstein, got 5 years in prison for his role in the scheme, which stemmed from his 2016 hack of the exchange and the theft of Bitcoin, currently worth billions of dollars. Both pleaded guilty last year. Morgan wasn't involved in the hack, and her husband said he recruited her to help hide the loot he'd stolen. They could have faced more prison time, but he agreed to aid the U.S. in other crypto prosecutions, and she persuaded him to cooperate with the authorities. They are still in love, and he, she was probably had something to do with the hack, and he is falling on the knife in order to protect his queen.
Yeah, you can tell just looking at her and listening to her that she's the real brains behind this operation.
That's true. It is funny that, like, out of everything in this story, the one thing that seems to be the most true is that they really did find the perfect partner with each other.
Yeah.
Even in, like, people who were at their wedding were like, these two freaks found each other.
Yeah.
Hey, anything's possible.
Real ride or dies.
Yeah.
Reporting over on
Oh, we've got a suggestion. Kev, if you have Netflix, you should definitely watch the documentary about the Spanish women's football team, the non-consensual kiss and all the sexism they faced. Very good. I haven't seen it, but I will. I'll check that out actually.
Coindesk has a quote from Razzlekhan during sentencing where she teared up while saying, I'm not going to do it.
Okay. All right.
She went, I'm a dirty, 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 dirty hoe, and I'm very sorry.
She's, don't be a goat, don't be a sheep.
Anyway, I'm going to be running my GILF game from inside the prison.
Right, sure.
I am extremely sorry and deeply regret the choices I made. I used my time and energy to do harm instead of good. And I am ashamed
Fuck your message at the beep.
of that.
Good job, Elliot.
But she made a different statement to the public on her personal Twitter account where she claims that her side of the story will soon be told, alongside some other creative endeavors.
We got a lot to look forward to, folks.
I'm sorry I've been gone for a little while. The last 3 years I was...
Wow, she has aged very strangely.
Yeah, also, very different look for her now.
Yeah, that's more of a court look.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of you don't go to the court dressed like the Razzlekhan. The Versace Bedouin is not going to get a light sentence.
was battling a Fed case, and I like to listen to my lawyers. Well, guess what? It's over, and I'm very excited that I will soon be telling my story, sharing my thoughts, and telling you more about the creative and other endeavors.
Okay, let's be honest. She's going to end up in the cabinet.
Yeah, at this rate.
Trump is definitely he's going to probably. It is a federal crime, isn't it? So he can expunge that for her and then have her in the cabinet as. I don't even know what the Department of Education. Oh no, he's getting rid of that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Oh God.
Got a freeze frame for the ages there. Go on.
So I don't know this guy, but Trump appointed another African American man to lead the housing and urban development department, like he did in his last cabinet, which was Ben Carson. And someone online said, why is he always putting, African American men in that department? And they said because they think. Someone replied back with the win the internet kind of reply, because he thinks it's pronounced hood.
No, it's just got the word urban in it.
HUD, yeah, hood. So
yeah. It's got the word urban in it.
Urban,
so
which for him is a code word for
black. So he just thinks it's like the black department.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, at the very least, the threat of prison doesn't seem to have shaken her indomitable spirit.
Yeah.
And we're sure that her comeback album will rival the best in the business, because weirdo nerd rappers, she's got something they don't have.
Yeah.
A rap sheet.
That's true.
Exactly what all good rappers need: a criminal record. Christie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is true. It does give you more cred.
Yeah.
To have a bit of a rap sheet.
Yeah, I see what you did there. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's got more cred than most.
Yeah, she's gonna get to meet a lot of real serious criminals behind bars.
Yeah.
And that will help her write bars.
Yes. That's
Hey.
right. Anyways, moving on
that.
from people
I did
going
like that.
to prison to people who probably should be going to prison, but are instead being appointed to the position of Attorney General. Matt Gaetz.
But it's already he's already
that's
not
all
happening.
news.
So
Yeah.
Do you want to watch the other thing you sent?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't shit on Cybertrucks enough, but it is funny. So,
Okay.
and it's also a little bit shitting on Cybertrucks. So enough to make it work.
No. We'll do that then.
Yeah. Do you have something else after that, or?
No.
Oh, okay. So then this is the only other thing we have.
Cybertruck.
Yes. So, one moment. It's called Enough Tomfoolery. What's the point of the Cybertruck?
Uh-huh.
The Tesla Cybertruck. This roughly 6,500-pound stainless steel missile that was conceived when Elon Musk fucked a dishwasher has become a cultural lightning rod. Conservatives love it, libs hate it, but good God, is it great for content.
The Tesla
True.
Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Cybertruck.
Oh, here it is.
Do I have a lot of thoughts?
Already a disaster.
You got to admit that's a fun thing to drive.
Yeah.
It's definitely faster than it needs to be.
We're gonna shoot the Cybertruck, so we're gonna open fire on the Cybertruck.
That looks hilarious.
Today I investigate.
Is there anything made that Americans won't shoot at?
Literally no.
Guns,
I was gonna say babies, but
guns, school children, anything. Really?
everything. Literally everything. The street signs, posts, glasses, cards, polling pins.
Yeah.
The hubbub encircling this big baby. Is there more to this angular whip than simply being a tank for people who are too big of pussies to join the military? Let's find out. Elon Musk first unveiled the concept Cybertruck back in 2019 at a Matrix cosplay event for lonely single men who know what Y Combinator is. It was here that he asked one of his fake steampunk executive assistants to demonstrate the vehicle's indestructibility.
Franz, could you try to break this glass, please? Sure? Yeah.
It never gets old.
Amazing.
Maybe that was a little too hard.
Elon, however, has
well,
never...
well, as long as we ask them to only shoot the bullet a little bit softer, then you'll
Yes.
be fine, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. No worries there.
never been one to let public embarrassment dissuade him from risking further public embarrassment. So he persisted. In true Tesla fashion, there were years of development, long production delays, and major recalls, including when the rear view camera, which is the only way to see out of the back of the car, potentially didn't work in 27,000 vehicles. But after all that, late last year, the first Tesla Cybertruck started bumbling through our streets, leaving many onlookers with the same question: why?
The glib answer is that Elon Musk thought it would be cool. I don't really see a really strong marketing or strategic reason for the Cybertruck.
I think the point of the Cybertruck is that Elon Musk wanted to make it. It's difficult to look at it and come up with a clear business case for building that vehicle.
It's a good question. If only I could see inside Elon's mind, I would have the right answer.
These here fellas have all done a lot of reporting on electric vehicles, and together we would form an absolutely dominant high school...
Hang on, I'm not letting that joke go. That was delightful.
Yeah, you like that one?
So it's like a business reporter, New York Times reporter, blah, blah, blah.
Reporting on electric vehicles,
Then
and together we...
Then Dan Toomey, sex Olympian. He's a delightful little one. I like looking for the little Easter eggs they put in videos. I'm not entirely sure what sex Olympian even means, but I want to find out.
We would form an absolutely dominant high school Model UN team. When I asked them to make the case for this roughly $100,000 19-foot-long death-shaped wheelie boat, they all gave me variations of around the same answer. Your boy wanted to do something crazy.
Tesla is a company that has sort of prided itself on not doing things the same way as other car makers.
It's not really a working truck. It's not very practical for a tradesperson. This is for somebody who lives in the suburbs, makes quite a lot of money. I mean, you could argue it's, sort of a halo vehicle, one of those vehicles that not that many people buy, but that attracts people to the brand. Maybe you could say that it...
I don't think so. I don't think it's attracting anyone to the brand. I've seen nothing but like bad shit for it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of terminally online, and I guess some normal people might not have the negative associations, but yeah he kind of gets there later, so.
What's this? Gay girl brackets walking past Victoria's Secrets.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Okay, we'll do that after.
Makes Tesla look like the cutting-edge car company that's doing things nobody else does. But I really think it's just something that Elon Musk thought would be cool.
The thing is, despite its apparent lack
not.
of traditional strategy, the Cybertruck is really starting to do numbers for Tesla and its loud flesh mascot.
He was
Can we pause
correct
it?
in
Well,
building
This is a little bit dated because most of their numbers were back orders, and I don't know that they're actually selling any more now. So just,
No.
Yep.
way for the fanboys who love him, because there's a lot of them, and they've come out to buy it.
In July, roughly the same number of people bought a Cybertruck as all other electric pickups combined, and it was the third best-selling electric vehicle overall in Q3. And for all the regulars out there, Q3 is business speak for quarter three. Sometimes experts like me like to use the fiscal calendar instead of the
Irish American Psycho. Is that behind me? Oh no, you can just see it, I think. Yeah.
normal human calendar. Just a little thing we do in the industry. No reason to get nervous. Tesla says the recent success of the Cybertruck has made the vehicle profitable. It's also helped Tesla reverse a 2-quarter sales decline. But just like when I win slam dunk contests, context is important here. Those dunk contests are conducted on a 7-foot rim against my cousins who are in elementary school, and I have drugged them. While the Cybertruck was the third best-selling overall EV model in Q3, it was still tens of thousands of units away from the top-selling models, Tesla's Model 3 and Model Y, which have dominated the market for years.
Which are like normal cars that are meant to be a car, whereas this is just a vanity project for an idiot.
Yep.
You know.
Experts think that the time Tesla spent building Elon's dream truck was a waste of an opportunity to develop a new, cheaper model that would appeal more to the general public to firm up Tesla's lead in the increasingly competitive domestic EV industry and to compete with the much cheaper EVs being produced internationally, especially by China's BYD. Plus, lots of Cybertruck sales so far have been fulfilling years of pre-orders. It remains to be seen how many new customers Tesla will be able to capture. Now, all that yammering aside, these moderately positive sales numbers do beg the question. Is the
oh god, of course. Literally every day there's a new one of these because this vehicle is a death trap.
Oh yeah, the 3 people who died in it.
Yeah, 3 killed after Tesla Cybertruck crashed and caught fire near San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
A 4th person was injured and hospitalized after a bystander saved them from the wreckage.
God.
It's a death trap.
It is a death trap.
It shouldn't be on the roads. And yet, apparently now he's president, everyone has to buy one. Apparently that's going to be the thing that I just made up. Well, he is president, let's be honest.
Basically, yeah.
Because, I mean, Joe Biden is asleep. / possibly dead. And Trump definitely isn't doing anything, so...
Well, I mean, he just did get Americans returned from China and helped negotiate a ceasefire in the Middle East, so he's not dead yet.
He is dead, Christie. You have to accept this, okay? You're still at the denial stage of grief, and I appreciate where you're at, but I can't help but feel that you need to start the process, okay?
The Cybertruck may be actually a good car.
When we first saw this thing debut, if you look at the response from seasoned car journalists and analysts, it's impossible to build a truck that looks like this, that passes all of safety regulations, that is manufacturable. So for him to actually...
It actually hasn't undergone any safety regulation tests because there aren't enough of them on the road.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he said that, because that's not true.
Do it, I think, is impressive.
After David here posted a somewhat positive review of the Cybertruck to his car culture website, The Autopian, he faced a wave of backlash like he'd never before experienced in his career.
I actually kind of like the Cybertruck. The biggest sin that there is in the car world is boringness, and the Cybertruck does not commit that sin. My review...
I would argue chopping off your fingers is worse. I mean, it's not boring, I will say that, but... I would suggest it's a worse design flaw.
Yeah.
Basically stated that it's a compromised truck, and despite that, it's still cool, which seemed like a really lukewarm take, to be honest.
Okay, I mean, look, just because you're a mild dick rider doesn't change that you're still riding his little...
Dicky.
Yeah.
Still riding his little dicky. Yeah.
I've never seen a Chicano's dick. Still.
One of the best lines ever.
It is unbelievably silly, yes.
I got it from all sides. You know, people who hate Elon and think that I'm...
Dan Toomey also gets it from all sides. Okay. Fair enough.
Supporting him by saying the truck is cool. People who love Elon, who are... I mean, you really can't say anything negative about him or any product, or they will jump down your... That whole...
Sure thing, Daddy-O. But at this point, I...
Yes, you just cut him off. I don't care.
Yeah.
Had enough of all the jibber jabber. It was time for me to get my hands on this polarizing puppy dog, take it out on the road, and see what all the fuss was about. And here we have it, the Cybertruck in the flesh. Now, folks, what you're getting here is truly a massive vehicle. It's incredibly shiny. If you want to see me pop the frunk, you want to watch me pop the frunk?
The frunk. Wow, a very, very small amount of space that, I mean, should just have an engine or something in it. Like, what the fuck can you even store in that? Well, I mean, several of your children's fingers, possibly.
Yeah, by cutting them off.
Yeah. That's what it should have, is an optional ice tray. So when you chop your children's finger off, it just falls into the ice tray and you can drive them straight to the hospital.
Yeah.
Without having to do it.
That's sorted out.
Exactly, yeah. Perfect.
Yep.
See? Elon, give me a job, mate. Come on.
All of this extra space to bury your enemies. As I embarked on my cyber trip, I had to admit that while there were some obvious flaws, I truthfully cannot overstate how sharp the front of this vehicle is. There's just a layer of sharp around everything. So I cannot see anything that's immediately in front of my nose. This car is ideal for hitting a small child in this area. There is a rear view mirror rendered completely useless by the little back hatch that I have. So instead, I have my tiny little strip of a screen here. I also found parts of the Cybertruck experience to be pretty nifty. Right now, I haven't been flipped off. The feel of driving this car does not match how it looks at all. I feel like I'm driving a pretty swift SUV. So how have you felt as a passenger?
I will say it's very easy to get distracted inside this car.
There are many things to distract you. I mean, they have their own built-in karaoke system. In fact, the goofy joys of the Cybertruck felt much more like playing with a geeky, expensive...
Fuck is wrong with you? You have built in a karaoke machine. Yeah, what we want is the driver not to look at the road. It literally distract them from everything, except we don't want them to focus on the road at all when they're behind this very large, very sharp vehicle.
Yep.
Oh, how is this possibly legal? How?
Well, he's got loads of money. He buys everyone off.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Toy than flying the flag of the techno-conservative right wing. From where I was sitting, it seemed like most people didn't care about the Cybertruck and all of its baggage. Up. Here we go, lunch. One original McCrispy, one deluxe McCrispy. I'm driving a Cybertruck, just letting you know.
Okay.
Okay. They mostly just thought the thing was kind of cool or weird.
Oh, shit, I liked it though. This Cybertruck is amazing.
Are you a fan?
Yes.
You don't judge me for this?
No, I fuck with this shit. I love
Really?
it. Yes. This is an amazing car.
When you see this, what comes to mind?
Speed, fast.
Speed and fast.
Yes.
Well, hell yeah. Thank you.
Well, people who drive it do tend to come very fast, yes.
Hi. How are you?
Oh my god, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good.
As you should be.
What do you think of the car?
No, it's cool. It's different. It doesn't look like every other pickup truck.
If you see somebody driving a Cybertruck, what do you assume about them? If
Divorced.
Yeah, yeah.
anything.
Nothing.
Money?
Well, you heard her.
There's maybe nothing quite like the Cybertruck that distills the online bubble factor better. When I would open up threads, all the stuff that it would feed me was people out there just mocking the Cybertruck, that tribe. You know, if you live in that very online sphere, it would be impossible to imagine anyone buying this vehicle. And then you go out into the world, and guess what? Either like Musk fanboys or I think a decent contingent of just not very online people are buying them.
But I had to wonder, are there really people out there who own a Cybertruck and aren't plugged into all of the Elon brouhaha? Well, when I put a call out to see if any Cybertruck owners wanted to talk to me for this episode, one of my only responses came from a man who told me that
one of the reasons I was intrigued by this is like, I just don't get it. I just don't understand the controversy at all. I think the first couple weeks I would get a lot of looks and people would like slow down, take pictures. That died off pretty quickly.
Tony here has owned Teslas.
Like, I would definitely, I've not seen any of them. I don't know if there are any on the road in Britain. I've never seen one.
Are your roads wide enough for them?
I don't know, in all honesty. But like,
Yeah.
if I saw one, I would definitely like take a look. Because it's a curiosity.
Double take. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if I saw one parked in a park, like, it would be weird, but I'd definitely have to go up and have a look. Because it's like, oh, it's that thing that I've read a lot about and seen a lot about, and it's right here in front of me, and it's massive, and blah, 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 right? I haven't seen one, though, so... But, like, that's not me being interested, like, oh, that's fantastic. It's like, if I saw someone being murdered, or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd still look at that, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'd try and intervene in that case. But you get what I mean. It's a thing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, you'd want to go and have a bit of a gander, and then once you've seen it, you've seen them. So.
Oh, it's not road legal in the UK or EU. Well, thankfully.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't be anywhere. It's clearly not safe. Yeah.
4, and he more or less fits the classic Tesla guy profile. He lives in LA. He used to own a successful tech company. And he wears black baseball hats indoors. But he
Well, if he used to own a successful tech company, there's no way he isn't up Trump's Elon Musk's arse then, is there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
doesn't see driving the Cybertruck as anything more than whipping a funky sauce wagon.
To me, it's just a car. It's a car that I like. I'm grateful to be able to buy it and own it. And I'm not making any statements of any kind. I just think it's cool and it's fun to drive.
So what's the point of the Cybertruck? Well, for different people, it means different things. For some, the Cybertruck is a representation of what Elon Musk has become. A Republican dweeb god who diarrheas cash into the mouths of rural Pennsylvanians. For others, the Cybertruck is an embodiment of Elon's genius and his ability to revolutionize stale industries. But it's also clear to me that for lots of people who maybe aren't addicted to yelling at each other in very specific corners of the internet, the Cybertruck means something different than I anticipated. It's just a type of car. And it doesn't mean much more than that. For good work, I'm Dan Toomey.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I just thought that was...
Yeah.
I saw that this morning and went, that's content that isn't explicitly political and won't make me want to just hide under the covers and not leave my house.
It is a bit political.
It's slightly... Well, it's more consumer, like, political than... Like, we're appointing Dr. Oz to, like, some ridiculous department political. So.
Fair. Good Work has some great videos, Kev. Do they? Let's have a look while we're here.
Yeah. We've got a little bit of time. It's only 21. 35. It's only 9:35.
Well, we don't want to watch the one about the election.
Nope.
Investigating the Wall Street of the South. Greetings from Miami.
Oh, sure, why not?
Okay.
Ah, Miami. A haven for the finer things in life. Sun, surf, putting your toes in the sand. You know, there are worse places to be tracking down the nursing home attendant who seduced your grandma and cut you out of the will. I'll find you, Francisco. But I wasn't just here for pleasure. In recent years, a migration of professionals from states like New York and California have turned Miami into a burgeoning hub of finance and tech. Some have embraced the change, including city leadership that have hailed a new era for Miami as the Wall Street of the South, or America's Switzerland. But others have seen it as the latest example of Miami pricing out its longtime residents in favor of the ultra-wealthy, a trend that tarnishes the city's culture and heightens inequality. It was high time someone got to the bottom of this, and that...
Wouldn't it need to have a culture to tarnish?
Wouldn't it be? Yeah, that is usually a prerequisite.
Someone was gonna be me. So I spruced up on my Espanol, sprayed on a thick coat of SPF 250, and called up some friends who were Miami natives, because Dan Toomey was about to tackle Vice City. Bienvenido a Miami.
How white are you?
That's the whitest thing I've ever heard.
Fresh off of the tarmac, my tummy started rumbling for the flavors of Latin cuisine. Of course, my virgin tongue has never experienced anything spicier than Hellman's lighter-than-light squeezy mayo. But if I wanted to find out what was really going on here, I was gonna have to blend in. So I started off my sleuthing with a trip to La Carreta in Little Havana, where I met with culture reporter Carlos Frias to learn more about the city's history. Needless to say, I was fitting right in.
Mira, estamos haciendo un programa de televisión que tienen estos muchachos y yo soy de aquí y voy a ordenar unas cuantas cositas para que ellos lo prueben. No tenga miedo.
This is our first interview. We're here, so why pick this restaurant?
Well, I mean, look at it. This is actually the cultural meeting places of Miami. Miami's, it's 125, 150 years old as like an established place. It was pretty much a
God, America's so shit and young. Fuck off. 150 years. I've got pubes older than you. Shut up.
town where you would get things shipped up to Tampa, which back in the day was like the more important city. Like
I quite like in Boston they say our ballpark is older than your city, which is sort of true in most cases. Yeah.
1900,
Tampa was?
Yeah.
Oh, what a shit time that must have been.
Since the turn of the 20th century, Miami has been reshaped by waves of immigrants coming into the city. In the early 1900s, it was black Bahamians that built the beginnings of modern Miami. By the 1950s and 60s, Cubans fleeing the Castro regime arrived in the city. And over the next few decades, immigrants from all over the Caribbean and Latin America settled here, often in search of an alternative to political or economic turmoil at home. You could observe the impact.
I wonder who might have been causing that political or economic turmoil. Probably the French.
Oh yeah, it's always the fucking French.
Yeah, or the Ouija's.
Yeah, fucking Ouija's.
Of the city's immigration waves by simply looking at a map of the place. Little Havana, Little Haiti, Little Bahamas, and Little Santo Domingo in the Alapata neighborhood are all distinct.
That's one street. You don't get to call it little if it's a street. It needs to be an actual district of the city, not... if you can walk in a straight line through it, is not little. No.
Areas with distinct cultures.
So that's kind of at the basis, is Miami's always getting remade by different groups that are affecting the culture of the place. And so that means it's always trying to redefine its identity.
And today there's a new group of immigrants docking their ships in Miami's harbors, tossing their own spice into the city's cultural stew. But instead of Havana, they hail from Manhattan's Hudson Yards Equinox Gym Spa Hotel. Ladies and gentlemen, tech and finance have entered the chat.
Miami is having its tech moment.
The goal of turning Miami into the new Silicon Valley is a push from City Mayor Francis Suarez.
Big investors are moving to Miami.
Ken Griffin is moving both Citadel and Citadel Securities to Miami.
Oh, fuck yeah. We are so back. If there has been any group to define this sinking city's recent history, it's been the bros and hoes of tech and finance. From some of the richest people on the planet to founders hoping to fund their startup over drinks at Art Basel. All of this really took flight during the pandemic, a time where more Americans moved to Florida than any other state. And this was encouraged by Florida.
Okay, that's quite nice. The pandemic, COVID-19, 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 all the COVID-19. Doja Cat, COVID-19, COVID-19.
Florida's lax COVID policies. While other states closed their borders and required isolation, Florida welcomed transplants with open, tan, unvaxxed arms. And with them came the moolah.
I mean, we had so much money coming here from California and from New York, and a lot of this is like dovetails with COVID, right?
Danny Rivero is a reporter for Miami's public radio station WLRN.
And people were moving around the country and whatnot too, but the mayor said, come here.
And boy, did they come. During the heat of the pandemic, members of the tech and finance community flocked to South Florida like a squadron of pelicans. We know this because they tweeted a lot about it.
It was an entire burgeoning subgenre on Twitter of what I called like science fiction revisionism about Miami. People who were coming down here, who've been here for like 2 weeks, were like, guys, like that's how every fucking tweet would begin. Guys, comma, or like ellipses, like no traffic, great hospitality, outstanding government. I'm like, what are they describing? So all of us who have lived here for literally ever are trying to understand how people who have been here for 2 days or 2 weeks or 2 months want to like man-bro-splain to us what Miami is.
Were you tweeting back at them too?
I was the only one.
Billy Corbin is a documentarian and commentator who hosts the Because Miami podcast. After hearing him talk about the city on something called the Joseph Rogan Experience, I decided he was ready for a big-time interview with Dan Man himself. A decision I immediately regretted.
You're the whitest person I have ever met.
He looks genuinely offended by that. To be fair, mate, you were wearing an overcoat at the beach.
Yes.
That's like the whitest thing I've ever seen.
What color is your shirt? When I first met you, I thought you wanted to tell me about this wonderful book. I just like...
That's a proper solid burn.
Yeah, he does look like a Jehovah's Witness.
He does. He looks like he just descended from Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Came down there to sell you a fucking book.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. It's like me. I'm roasting you, and you're still this white.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Right. You got any others? No? You sure?
I do.
You want to invite anybody else in on this?
Clearly, Billy was confusing me for some white guy. But nevertheless, as a native Miamian, Billy's tone towards the city's finance and tech spats was far from flattering.
Arroz con mango literally means mango and rice, but what it means in kind of Cuban Spanish slang is clusterfuck. And so I referred when the tech bros
I
started
love that he beeped after he said it. Clusterfuck, then it beeped. Love it.
moving to Miami during the pandemic, during 2020, I refer to them as the Arroz con Man Bros. The jokes are funnier when I explain them.
Perhaps the most arroz of these man bros was none other than Francis Suarez, the mayor of Miami who became the figurehead for the movement to turn the city into a commerce hub. It was on December 4th, 2020 when venture capitalist Delian Asparohov tweeted about moving Silicon Valley to Miami, and Suarez responded with a simple, "How can I help?" Then came media appearances, more tweets, and soon a billboard in San Francisco, dragooning tech employees to get their glue-colored skin and bad posture down to South Stat.
As a mayor of Miami, he doesn't have a lot of power. The power is at the county. He's the mayor of the city. A lot of people get that confused, and that makes the mayor of Miami seem like a much bigger deal than he really is. But he has done a phenomenal job of promotion, right? Like, that is almost the extent of his power.
One of the main vehicles for that promotion was the Hobbit-entrancing fluff money of cryptocurrency. In 2021, Miami launched a fully fledged assault to become the crypto capital of America. The Miami Heat renamed their stadium FTX Arena. Mayor Suarez announced that he would take his first paycheck.
And I'm just saying, the Heat have been shit ever since, and that's very funny.
In Bitcoin. Miami also minted its own cryptocurrency called Miami Coin and even installed a crypto bull downtown to compete with New York's Wall Street Bull.
The Crypto Bull is right in downtown at Miami-Dade College, right over the bridge from here. You can go visit it, but it is in fact a crypto steer because it has no balls.
It doesn't have any balls?
No, so it's not a bull.
They didn't put, the whole point of the bull is the balls.
Right.
Needless to say, I had to confirm that this bull was ballsless.
It's not even red.
What is going on here?
Oh, he's looking for the bollocks.
I know, but
I don't know.
this is content.
This is content, yeah. True.
Yeah.
It's got a Bullosy.
It's like Ken.
No, I'm going with Bullosy.
Okay.
Because it's a bull pussy.
A bull pussy. All right.
There you go. So that is how it works.
No ball sack in sight. Side quest completed.
Side quest completed.
And even though a lot of this crypto hype ended up vanishing into the night, Miami's great corporate offensive was...
This always tends to be the way. Like, seems like there's 3 or 4 big cryptocurrencies that do alright.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them are just,
meme
just
coins.
a scam.
They're meme coins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just finished my play. Yes, I've been...
I joked about, in the title to this, putting Hawk Tuah. Apparently she's releasing a Hawk coin.
Yeah, I mean, like, there are people who, if you get it early enough before the rug gets pulled, you can make some money. But that's like going and betting on sports. You know, like, you just hope that your team does well.
It's worse than that, because there's a chance you can sort of guess right or whatever. But, like, this is just a pyramid scheme. If you get in early, you do well, but everyone else after that gets fucked.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But there are legitimate, like, Ethereum or Solana, which is partnering with credit card companies to do transactions which are faster and require less energy and this kind of stuff, that, you know, have legitimate real-world applications. So, but a lot of these, basically, there's a difference between a token and a coin. And coins are going to be generally shit.
You're making the job of me saving you after the revolution a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
With everything
right.
you're saying.
With all the money I've made, I can fly out. I'd fly to Mars or something. No, I'm not going to go to Mars. Fucking like slavery colony that Elon Musk wants to set up with extrajudicial or no legal recourses to anything.
Well, he's about to become King of America. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
actually pretty successful in luring the financial class to the city. Since 2020, Blackstone, Goldman Sachs, Icon Capital Management, Peter Thiel's Founders Fund, and hedge fund manager Ken Griffin's Citadel have all relocated offices to Miami. Between 2021 and 2022, an estimated $6 billion in annual income arrived in Miami-Dade County alone. Now, rich people moving to Florida isn't a new trend. For generations, the wealths have flocked to these beaches in search of good weather and strippers to pay pig.
Rich people have always bought their fourth, fifth, and sixth homes in Miami. What I'm saying is that that's nothing new. Rich people moving to Florida and South Florida, whether it's as a tax shelter or haven or get out of paying state income taxes elsewhere, or it's just the weather.
A lot of wealthy people suddenly found themselves having to pay more taxes in certain states, particularly in New York City.
Deborah Acosta reports on Florida real estate for the Wall Street Journal.
And so you're talking about like chefs of industry, right? Like the titans of industry, Carl Icahn, people like that were already making their way down here before the pandemic hit.
Florida's tax laws are famously quite nice to the ultra-wealthy and corporations. There's no state income tax, capital gains tax, or estate tax, meaning you can cash out on stock.
Which is very, very stupid.
Yeah, why would you
Tax-free.
like not tax the people who have the money?
Indeed.
And also inherit wealth and property tax-free. Plus, the corporate tax rate is relatively low at just 5.5%. Meanwhile, the Biden administration and many individual states are doing their darndest to combat America's record-breaking wealth inequality by trying to tax the very richest people in our country more. So the sunny shores of Florida are looking nicer than ever if you're one of them richies. Like this fella.
Jeff Bezos switching coasts, the founder of Amazon.com, taking his talents to Miami.
That's right. Earlier this year, none other than Jeff Bezos got
an absolute cunt. You can give me $5 of his money if you've got Amazon Prime. You can subscribe with Amazon Prime. You can. Or you can just give me money. Give me money.
one step closer to completing his transformation into Pitbull by moving back to Miami where he grew up. However, it doesn't take an investigative journalist to crunch the numbers on this one and conclude that sentimental ain't the only kind of value Jeff is gaining here. And thank God, by the way, because I am not an investigative journalist. I'm actually two curious little aliens whose ship crashed on Earth and took shelter inside of this human trench coat. We're extremely interested in the dysfunction of your planet's financial system, and we look forward to probing Mr. Wonderful. Back in 2022, Washington State implemented a 7% tax on capital gains over $250,000 per year. That was the same year that Bezos stopped selling Amazon stock, which he had been doing annually since the 90s. Then this year, after he touched down in the 305, Bezos filed paperwork to sell 50 million shares worth over $8 billion at the time of filing, saving him at least $600 million in taxes on the sale, which, for what it's worth...
Which he definitely needs that money.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Hey, did you hear that dickhead who bought the banana for $6.5 million, the artwork? He just ate it.
Of course he did, he's a prick, yeah.
Yep.
Covers the cost of his new 417-foot super yacht. Jeff now has multiple properties over here at Indian Creek Island. This dollop of land, also known as...
Well, that's one of the good things about global warming, is that this will soon be underwater.
Yeah.
Billionaire bunker is home to people like Carl Icahn, Tom Brady, and Jared Kushner, and is only accessible via a guarded bridge. Soon after this moment, I was sniped by a...
Yeah, man of the people.
Tranquilizer dart to the penis. This island is ground zero for the extreme wealth that's moved into the city. Today, the 5 wealthiest property owners on Indian Creek now controlled a combined fortune of about $191 billion. For the people on Indian Creek, this tax deal in Florida is mucho primo. But for everyone else, it's not mucho, and even less primo.
We find that Florida is actually the worst in terms of having a tax system that increases inequality. A tax system where the less you earn, the more you pay, and the more you earn, the less you pay.
Amy Hanauer is the executive director of the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy, a nonprofit that researches how to create more equitable tax laws.
Can I give money in the form of an unhinged TTS?
Yes.
If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain,
Jesus fucking
if you're not
Christ.
into yoga,
How long
if
is
you
this
have
gonna
half
go
a
on?
brain, despunkified.
It was if you like pina coladas and getting caught in
like
the rain. Don't do it again. We just heard it. Christie, I know you didn't. Don't make me put the fucking Wurzels back on. I will. I'll do it.
systems.
The bottom fifth of taxpayers in Florida, people earning less than $20,000 a year, pay 5 times more of their income in state and local taxes than the top 1%.
Oh yeah, Rohack. That's wow. What a great memory you have. Yeah, that dickhead who came in going, if you're on the left, how can you use Amazon or something? It's, oh God, go away.
In the state, people are
Look, you're literally doing you participate in society. Oh, shut up.
earning an average of $3.3 million a year. You know, and it's not just the lowest income either. Like for the bottom 40% of earners, you pay a higher tax rate in Florida than you
also,
do
thank you
in
for the
rest of
donation,
country on
Lord
average.
Fritos.
Does that sound fair to you? Like, let that soak
Thank you, Lord Fritos, you French bastard.
in.
Sorry, can't hear you over the sound of my $20 rooftop marg, Amy. Fun numbers, though. The outsized tax burden on the lower and middle class is just one of the things making it increasingly difficult for everyday Miamians to afford to live there anymore. South Florida has the second worst inflation rate of any metropolitan area in the U.S., and the state as a whole has car insurance prices that are 55% higher
Jesus
than the national
Christ.
average. And to take a step back, Miami already had one of the worst wealth gaps in the country, even before half of Goldman's equity traders schlepped their banker bags down here. These historical trends, combined with the more recent wave of professionals moving in, has caused Miami's luxury real estate market to explode, putting a huge strain on the county's housing system.
Developers were already building a bunch of rental housing, and as things started like ratcheting up in Miami, it suddenly became almost like unaffordable for them to do middle income or lower income housing because the land became so expensive. Just like all the tremendous amount of capital that has made its way down here, you know, it's like insane, really.
A big swath of the new luxury demand is being driven by hedge fund employees whose firms have relocated. One Sotheby's agent recently said that most of the luxury homes he sold in summer 2023 were to hedge fund buyers, about half of which were Citadel employees.
And so it creates a problem, obviously, for the middle and lower classes to find housing in this area, despite the fact that there's so many jobs. Like, we actually have the lowest unemployment rate in the entire country right now. We have all these jobs, but we don't have houses to put all these people in to do the jobs.
Not to mention that if you are one of the lucky few who's able to buy a home, finding insurance is another can of worms.
So it's become pretty intense. So many insurers have exited, and it's created a really tough situation for a lot of people who actually, like, if you own your home outright, often what people do is that they just drop their insurance altogether.
And they're just living without insurance.
They're living without insurance. What they're doing, a lot of them, is they're saving money on their own.
Now, it would be easy to pin this housing crisis on all the hedge fund middle managers who just want to live in tropical Westchester. But wealthy people wanting to live in nice neighborhoods isn't new, and it certainly isn't unique to Miami. What is unique to Miami is that unlike the cities it's often compared to, there's little infrastructure or policy in place to maintain a baseline level of affordable housing.
Wall Street exists in New York City, which has vast housing policies. They have rent control. They have, tons of subsidized housing. I mean, a lot of people would argue they need more, but they have like actual structure and policies around these things. Singapore, the government is very involved in making sure that people have a place to live. They have policies beefing this up and making it so that you're not left assed out on the street.
And you're saying Miami does not?
We have, we do not have that. That's not in the DNA of what we do here. You know, not to say there's nothing going on. The county government, especially, has been pumping a lot of new money into developments, but it's all on the private market. The local government retains no ownership. It's nothing compared to any of these other cities that we're talking about.
Which is how we arrive at Miami's fundamental problem today. It is a city with an unquenchable thirst for growth, but it doesn't have the land, the policy, or the infrastructure to keep growing sustainably.
Growth is our number one
donated
industry.
$5. Give Kev money.
Thank you for that. Much love. I didn't hear who did it, but thank you. Hey, hello Sister Rose. Everyone go and follow Sister Rose immediately.
Hey!
I voted. We still have democracy here. Well, yeah, indeed, Ireland. Go and vote for Sinn Féin ideally, but whoever. Go and vote.
And it is a peninsula. That means we have finite amount of space in real estate, and we are already way overextended. Our roads cannot handle the numbers that we already had, let alone the numbers that we now have and will have in the future. Our sewage system is older than the incorporation of some of these cities that people are living in here. There's gonna be a time you're gonna come out of your home and you're gonna be in water up to your ankles, and that's just how.
Yes. Sink Florida. Fuck yes. Anyway, thank you, Wayward Historian, for gifting a sub to Sister Rose. Much love.
Aww, what's going to be, whether it's sea level rise, whether it's income inequality, whether it's cost of living and inflation, whether it's the quality of our leadership. We never get any answers or policies that impact the vast majority of us. It's triage at this point. We're just sort of trying to delay the inevitable.
And the inevitable is?
You're going to have a place where I suppose you could have all oligarchs and nobody else. Now it feels like we will...
But as always, where there's rich people, there need to be poor people. Because rich people don't clean rich people's houses.
Mm-hmm.
And they certainly don't clean their own fucking houses, because most of the time, they're not even there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you do need some poor people around. And they'll find that out. They'll probably just ship them in. From I don't know, Bahamas or somewhere, I don't know.
All be alive for a time in which no Cubans live in Little Havana, no Haitians live in Little Haiti.
That's yeah. Thank you, Wayward Historian, for gifting a sub to Rolling Left. Please don't encourage D&D. Do not encourage future employees of Elon Musk D&D players. I think that's how it works. I don't know.
No, it's just you can make up your own. You don't have to. Once you've got the core rule book, I got enough 5e books I can write adventures for the rest of my life at this point. I don't need to buy a single other book.
Fair enough. But if someone else gives money, we get on a hype train again, which would be sexual.
True.
Yeah. Like Captain should have to go down with the ship. Ron DeSantis should have to stand on the coast while the tide comes in. You know what? I'm very much in agreement with that. Yeah. Because he's never becoming president. We know that.
Mm-hmm. No Bahamians live in Little Bahamas or West Grove. No Dominicans live in Little Santo Domingo of Alabama.
That is a street. It doesn't count. I didn't think I'd feel very strongly about Little Santo Domingo, but I do now. It needs to be a proper area. One street does not a little make. Fact. Thank you to Lord Fritus for gifting a sub to John de Brazen. Much love to you. If we get to level 2 of the hype train, I will finger the future chances of Miami being above water, because it is dead. Much love.
The people who built Miami will not be able to afford to live here.
As the locals who have made Miami what it is continue to be pushed out of town, it's easy to wonder what's being lost.
How have you seen this manifest through the culture of the city? Have you seen more, I mean, we talk about new buildings being developed in Miami like crazy.
Well, we're doing a lot more explainers.
Oh, shit. It was in this moment that I realized my own presence here is as good an economic indicator as any that the people who built this city are in danger of being priced out. Because when the fake explainer journalists from New York come to town to make content about your city, that's when you know you are totally fucked. If only there was an appropriate way for me to make it up.
I do like the light beep every time. As a person who loves swearing and silliness, it's the sweet spot. It's a lovely one.
To the wonderful muchachos of this beautiful endangered urban oasis. Maybe I'll move here. But of course, no investigation was complete without speaking to GoodWorks South Florida real estate correspondent Maya Vander. Maya is a real estate agent and former star of Netflix's Selling Sunset. She used to split her time between LA and Miami, but recently committed to Florida a few years ago to spend more time with her family and ride Miami's luxury real estate wave.
Okay. So you see that? Like I'm just pointing for your B-roll.
Yep. Is there any employees from any particular industry that tend to want to move here?
You will see in general, because the schools are so great, the finance people, attorneys, private equity, hedge funds, but yeah, definitely finance.
How do you see the city evolving with a lot of these newcomers entering in?
I think it's if you drive around the city, if you drive around Coconut Grove, like they're going to do the Four Seasons right down the street on Bayshore, they're going to start at $3,000 per square foot, which 3 years ago, I mean, if you tell someone $3,000 per square foot, they will tell you, no way, Jose. Now those are the prices they are asking, and you know what they are getting. I think it's just going to grow from now, and some people cannot afford Miami anymore, and they are moving away from the city.
As always, Maya, you've hit the nail on the fucking head.
I have to ask, was it ever hard to tell Jason and Brett apart?
Never. Gosh, no, I can always tell them apart, and they are great.
I've been sleepless some nights thinking of that.
I didn't get that bit.
Yeah, I don't know who those people are.
Don't care about that. Okay, thank you for bits, Kieran and Elliot. Much love to you. Yes, we've got someone sent me this, Mr. Tandor with Mr. Rice Side. Okay, this could be quite racist.
I've just finished my plate. Yes, I've been eating all night. Gotta be done, but I need it all. Started up with the dips. How did it end up like this? It was only the dips. Think I fancy some chips. Now I'm falling asleep, but I want some more naan.
This is shit.
It's really bad.
This is fucking awful.
Beats exist to structure words.
Why have you sent me this thing? Oh, because it's awful. No, that's fair. Yeah. No, we do. This is a thing we do. Yeah.
Drinking a Coke, swear that's all I have. Now I should be in bed, and the room starts to spin. Swear it's all in my head, but they're taking the check now. Pass me the receipt now. Let me go.
This is fucking awful.
It's really terrible.
I just can't look. It's killing me. I'm losing control.
It's really bad.
Commit
it's
to
so
the
bad.
bit, man. You can't fucking mumble it out there. Sing properly. This is an anthem that gets sung to stadiums. Come on.
Jealousy, you just wish that you could eat. Spooning through the peel, alright. Choking on tandoori spice, but it's just the price I pay. Urban tandoor calling me. Open up my eager eyes, 'cause I'm Mr. Rice Side.
Rice Side. I get it.
That was fucking
And
awful.
on that bombshell,
What?
that bomb.
Well, we've still got gay girl comedy thing.
Oh, it's 10 o'clock.
Right, but I'm still on a hype train, so shut up. We're watching Gay Girl. Oh, you're going to watch some comedy? Just...
All right.
It's 4 minutes, Christie. 4.
A perfect Saturday at the mall with my friends. The vibes are all pristine and the laughter never ends until they all lock eyes with one specific store. Then anxiety sets in and festers in my core. I'm just a gay girl walking past Victoria's Secret. It's not a big deal, and those clothes do look chic, but I don't want to seem oppressive, predatory, or regressive, so I'll meet y'all out front when you're done. My friend points to a poster of Carly Kloss and says, "Doesn't she look hot?" I say, well, I wouldn't say hot. I think she looks empowered. They take me and drag me in. It's their sick, twisted plot. So I hide inside the dressing room like a big dumb dyke coward. I'm just a gay girl shopping at Victoria's Secret. My friend tries on some panties and says, "Do you think these fit?" But when she looks behind her, I've been wearing racehorse blinders and reading the unabridged works of Gloria Steinem. The floor's filling up with hordes of eager straights. I avoid all eye contact as they peruse the aisles. I don't want to seem creepy like I'm looking for a mate. So while they've been counting deals, I've been counting ceiling tiles. I'm just a gay girl shopping at Victoria's Secret. It's a 2-for-1 sale, so I know I'm in deep shit. Sure new underwear I lack, but I'll just buy it online in a Hanes multi-pack in black and white and beige.
Oh, that's dope.
You.
Let's go.
half hour later, my friends say that they're proud of me. I say, that's nice. One of them suggests we all go to the movie theater. They all squeal, yes, let's go see that new film starring Rachel Weisz. And I say, oh my God, Rachel Weisz, I would literally destroy that woman. Are you kidding? Like anything she's in, I'm just like, booby alert, booby alert. It's like, on a scale of 1 to bangable, she's a 69, right? Like, it's like I'm a judge's gavel, right? And I'm just like, bang, 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 bang. So if I were the gavel, I would bang her, right? Like, if you were to open up the dictionary to the word foin, it's literally just a full color photo of Rachel Weisz's absolute mommy tier dump truck ass. Am I right, ladies? But like, not in an objectifying way.
Yay! And on that, what in the fuck just happened there?
I don't know. What did you hit?
I don't know. That was from yesterday. Anyway, yes. So, yes, Christie.
Yeah, Kevin, what you got coming up in your show?
Well, firstly, saying thank you to everyone for a second hype train. I've got to go and finger Miami now.
Well, have fun doing that.
At least I don't have to break into anything like with the multiple occasions in Moscow that we don't talk about. What in the fuck? Part of my room is falling to pieces. Anyway.
Again.
What?
Again.
Again what?
Falling to pieces again. Your whole house is always falling to pieces.
True. Anyway, what have you got coming up on your channel, Crystal?
I don't. I'm going to be starting some stuff up, but at the moment I am very deep into a D&D adventure that I am writing by hand, and it is a lot of fun, but it also takes up a lot of my time. So, yuck.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, I'll just let everyone go to somewhere else then.
Yeah. I mean, when I have more stuff, I'll let you know.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, it makes it pointless asking the question most of the time.
Well, I mean, this is it. I mean, but I told you, like before, my channel was dead. I told you that in the last show. But then I also told you about the idea I had about doing the deconversion stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, yeah. So nothing.
I wasn't attacking. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm going to send everyone over to J Marianne, and I'll be back tomorrow with stuff.
With more stuff.
I might watch the Cenk and Hassan thing. They do a thing called Chenksgiving. It's like Thanksgiving.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, so I might watch that or something. Or not, I don't fucking know. Anyway, stay amazing. Thank you for all of your support. Go and check Christie out on the various platforms.
Yeah, I have spicy takes on Threads.
Yeah,
sometimes.
go over there and check us both out on the Threads machine. It's goodbye from me and goodbye from Christie. Say goodbye, sex chicken.
Goodbye, sex chicken.
She did the bit.